Hold on. That's better. It's a little more handsome and natural. Let me see if I can. Maybe if I go like this. Well, that lights the other side of my face slightly better. Hello, no, never mind. I'm not ready yet. Okay, this. I feel like I look washed. Am I washed? I'm not clean. I mean, washed out. This is good. No, we're gonna live with it like this. This is how my teeth look good. That's the important thing. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program. I, as I've been told, am named RJ, and I'll be making coffee in my underwear for you today. There's so many people in the comments. Heroin is starting off hot with bonjour, RJ, which I believe is Belgian. RJ, what a pleasant surprise, she said. And I don't know why she said it was a pleasant surprise. I've been doing this almost for 3 fucking years now, every Sunday morning. So, if anything, it's unsurprising. Steve said, good morning, everyone, and me. Spot Center said, about 30 minutes until my favorite show. Well, not anymore. You're late. Spot Center said, the pink and black attack. Yes, let's talk about these. Huckleberries. I don't know if you can. Yeah, okay, they show up. It's black. And then there's a nice pink cross. They're a little tight around the leg. I had difficulty. I had to put them on like a tight pair of jeans, that kind of thing. But I will say, bizarrely, the make is, I don't know if you can see that, Cartoon Network. Because what happened is my mother, for Christmas, got me 3 Rick and Morty themed underwear. I am not that familiar with Rick and or Morty. I'm sure they're fine. I know a lot of people like them. I don't hate them. I've not watched them, so I'm not really a fan. And I don't think my mother realized. I don't think she checked the tag and saw Cartoon Network. She just thought they were fun. They have Rick and Morty on them, one of them. The other one has the Pickle Rick. It's got a pickle with a face on it all over it. So I'll be wearing those in the coming weeks. And she just thought they were fun. However, these are also, for whatever reason, Cartoon Network. I have no idea why. Is this Rick and Morty? I don't think this is specific to them. I think it's quite generic, to be honest with you. Nevertheless, we're here. They're black and they have fun, whatever. Let me be your cartoon for the morning. Heroin said, do you know who's my favorite character of Beauty and the Beast? Belle and the Beast. Okay, Heroin, first of all, why would I know that? I don't know you, even in a cursory sense. And I would say trying to figure out who someone's favorite character is from Beauty and the Beast is a little more in-depth than surface level knowledge about the person, right? Third of all, that's 2 characters. Your favorite characters in Beauty and the Beast are Beauty and the Beast. Not much of a stretch. If you said perhaps LeFou, I'd say, oh, what an interesting person. Spot Center said, 4 minutes before the start of the show, we're too late. I can't read those, we're too late. Daniel said, are you listening to the Commodores? Is it once, twice, 3 times a lady? Neil said, morning all, I'm ready for once, and I even liked it already. I feel productive. 32 people are watching, and only 12 people have liked it. I'm not upset at all. Okay, gamer. You said I look great, and I will take that with a grain of salt. Spot Center said, am I back in the closet? Yes, I'm doing a 4-part kind of rap opera drama, and you guys are going to love it. Yeah, I'm in, I guess, a Studio B, shall we say. I thought I'd change it up with a little wood, New Year, maybe this is balsa. Who knows? It's balsa. Ty said, well, hi. Nail said, why do you not travel with your ring light? You look gorgeous anyway, but still, I have news for you, Nails. Look in my eyes. It is a ring light. Do you see the ring in the eye? See it? It's a ring light. Okay? The problem is different heights and backgrounds. And what is also different is that even when the lights are off in a room, it's not completely black. They have a little light and color of their own. I think the backlight has something to do with it. Also, the ring light reflects off whatever surface it is. I don't have my black backdrop, I guess is the real question. Ironically, when I do Coffee and Underwear in Studio A, which you're most familiar with, I don't have a ring light there at all. So riddle me that, Nails. So Karia said, good morning. A said, RJ City live from the Heart Dungeon. I did write that I was wearing black and pink. And I know somebody wrote the pink and black attack. But I made a specific intention not to say pink and black, but black and pink because it's alphabetical and comes before P. And I thought that would be a nice thing to establish for everyone. Pantos Grammar said, morning, everyone. First of the year. This is the first Coffee and Underwear of the year. Hope everyone is alive and well. Well, certainly not when it comes to liking the video. Daniel said, somebody clip that. My quote was, heroin starting off hot this morning. Puts everybody in a good mood. Sean said, morning, Culties Morning City. Happy Wrestle Kingdom. Please say a prayer. I don't like the time change thing. I'll catch it after. Please say a prayer at your respective shrines for my middle ferret. So what I'm understanding is that you have 3 ferrets. I don't know the name for the other 2, but this one, the middle one, is Cleo. She's old, but not that old. She is the middle one, especially if the older one's still alive. And she's been having a rough past 2 days. I've only held a ferret once. My neighbor had one when I was a kid, and it scared the shit out of me. However, I also was able to tell that they are well-intentioned and that the ferrets are doing the best they can. And I hope Cleo does the best that she can. I don't want to say thoughts and prayers because it's such a meaningless thing to say. But ruminations and considerations to Cleo. Nail said, Happy New Year. Ace said, what are your wrestling predictions for 2021? You know, really, looking at the landscape, I think there's going to be a lot of wrestling happening, a lot of shows, a lot of matches, a lot of people like falling down, then getting back up, and a lot of like, a lot of yelling, a lot of sweating. I think that pretty much almost everyone that wrestles is going to also make an entrance. Like that popped into my head. That was a thing. And in certain circumstances, there will be ring bells rung both before and after the match. And then sometime after the match, if the match is still happening, if people are still fighting, the bell ringer, I think, might keep ringing the bell. Also, the ropes are going to be so fucking bouncy this year. It's going boing, boing, boing. You're going to lose your mind. Panthers Grammar said, Happy New Year, RJ. RJ is kidnapped again. I've been taken against my will. Daniel said, you're not missing anything. Rick and Morty sucks. Trade up for Harvey Birdman undies. I would love a Space Ghost pair of underwear. I also would love a Dr. Katz. Or do you remember Squiggle Vision? The guy who did Dr. Katz? I think they just broke off onto their own. Nail said, you look like you're standing on a serving tray. What I am standing on is a standing mat because a tile hurts my heels. A heel that is easily hurt. Go figure. Spot Center said, they almost look like fishnets in poor lighting. James Ellsworth wore fishnets for years before he was James Ellsworth. Ever dress fancy like that? Yeah, but privately. SM said, oh, your mother supports your weird exhibitionist habits. She's trying her best, and that's the important thing. To be honest, wait, I saw this comment. I don't know what I was so back. To be honest, 85% of people are going to say chip and call it a day. I don't understand. A said, do you have a favorite Brody Lee match? There was one that I saw live, and I looked it up on YouTube, and it's still there. It's Brody Lee versus Tatanka, and it's like 25 minutes long. And I enjoyed it severely at the time because it's a weird, like, only on the indies. It's very, very like fantasy booking kind of match. Jonathan Santos said, Happy New Year, all especially to my thief Canadian. RJ, well, I'll tell you something. In favorite, Canadians put a U, favorite. So think about that next time. Missy said, Happy New Year. Grill said, the lighting is making you look like a Twilight vampire because I'm pale. Like I have that glowing white skin. I know. I'm dealing with it. Neil said, I try not to look too deep into his eyes early in the morning. Do you remember when Dracula would go, and then you would see the bats in his eyes? That was a guy drawing on the film. Dex is here. Stephen Tatum said, morning RJ from California. It is very early day. You should go back to bed, Stephen. Dex said, Happy New Year, everyone. I have my own video premiering right now, and I'm watching instead. I mean, you could always, if you want to support both, you can open a tab, let the video premiere so it's playing, click like, or just let the ads play in full so Dex gets some good coin. And then you can always watch it after. Or you can put me on mute, whatever you want to do. And it's just, that's what it would sound like. This is my favorite name. 3151081815 said, good morning, RJ from Wisconsin, where you're a number, not a name. I'm a number, not a name. Oh, that's from a song called The Lonesome Whistle. Look at how the Rolodex is working. Leo said, what's the worst lie you've ever heard Virgil say? That he used to hang out with David Beckham. It was him, Ted DiBiase, and David Beckham. And David Beckham would have been like 3 years old at the time. It made zero fucking sense. Daniel said, it's tough getting up at 3 a.m. when you've got to be productive later. I know. Unless like your whole Sunday is going to be a write-off and you're okay with that, then I think it works. Apple Butter said, is that your phone number? Well, sure shit ain't mine. Sean said, it means something to me to hear you say that. That's all. I don't even know what we're talking about now. We're talking about the ferret. Ruminations and considerations to Cleo. Tom said, which animals have bad intentions? I'll tell you something. I think that dolphins are up to some shit. And everybody's like, oh, they're so cute. They're harmless. And, oh, they're always happy. It's like they're not happy. They got smiles carved into their fucking faces. They are the jokers of the sea. If I walked around like that all day, how are you, RJ? Good. You would think I'm insane. No one would talk to me. No one would deal with me at all. These fish, these oily ass fish have it. And all of a sudden people are jumping in the lake or the ocean. Let's go to SeaWorld. Let's go dance with the dolphins. This is dolphin face, and it's terrifying. Also, you think a duck's penis is strange. Well, when this program is done, Google a dolphin penis. Also, apparently dolphins are the only other species that have sex for fun, which is fucking bullshit. It's not for fun. They don't have condoms. Find me a dolphin condom. Helen said, only on RJ do we have heroin, ferrets, and dungeons by 10 a.m. It's only 9:42. Nell said, geese have bad intentions. I agree with that. Some swans do. I've seen some surly swans. Spotsrunner said, favorite Chrissy Snow replacement, Cindy or Terry? None compared to Suzanne Summers, but people who love Terry should be shunned. I would say, as difficult as that was, the fact that Don Knotts replaced Norman Fell made it easier. It did kind of feel like somewhat of a new show. Do you know what I'm saying? If it was just her, I think it would have been a lot harder. Sean said, are there no hairbrushes left in Orlando? My goodness. Send a stagehand with a con. I like the mildly insane look. I think it's fun. It's getting very whatever. I'm enjoying it. Nail said, he isn't here for our shit today. We're getting full sass. Val said, RJ on Sunday mornings just feel so normal. And I appreciate you. I feel like everything in my life has been weird and chaotic. I appreciate the normalcy. Val, this isn't normal. It's just been going on for a while. The ruse. And people always say, oh, got to get back to normal, or what will the new normal be? The ruse is that normalcy is a thing. It's not a thing. Shit changes all the time. We've got to be open to it. Anything can happen. So the real problem is that we forget that anything can happen. Erin said hi, solely using emojis, and is telling me to press my coffee. Okay, I'm getting there. Ace said, did you see home movies on Adult Swim? No, I don't think so. Is that the haunted one, the ghost one? That was like they used to do those infomercial slots on Adult Swim. I think I watched all of them. They're great. Nell said, fuck dolphins. Danny said, Happy New Year, people. JD said, dolphins are sex offenders. Panda's Grammar said, please don't fuck the dolphins. That's the sign I always see when you go to the aquarium. Steven said, I pay the tax, RJ. We're about 20 fans live. I'll say. Marty said, dolphins are the ocean's fret boys. Flipper was like really Animal House to me. Patrick said, they're mammals. Put some respect on the dolphin's name. But they're also a fish. You know what I mean? They're also a fish. You got to also like walk on land for me to take you seriously. Turtles, frogs, crabs, lobsters, certain octopi. They just fish. They're warm-blooded fish. SM said, 60-second scene, you're a vampire in the Twilight movie, but cringe at Bella and Edward's awkward interactions. Convince her to choose Jacob instead. Let me get my phone. Hold on, stay here. Okay, let us begin. Twilight, awkward conversation. I don't think it's going to work out. It's just, I don't know, there's no chemistry there. I don't think she's right for him. I think she's too good for him. She'd be better with the other guy. It would be a lot better. You know, that guy. He's fun. He is fun and he's a hoot. They're going to have fun together. I don't know, maybe if they went mini putting or something, it would be good. Yeah, no, it's not my skin, it's the light. It bounces off the wood and it washes me out. I'm going to put a little color on my face later. Before we go out, it'll be nice. Maybe we could all go on a double date. The mini putt. Yeah. It's reasonably priced. It really, it's 18 holes. And scene. Well done, everyone. Nail said, guys, dolphins are canceled. Write it in the cult handbook. Nail said, Team Jacob. Sure. Ace said, I Googled swan teeth. That's scary. Swans are jerks. I've seen that too. Michelle said, fish heads, eat them up, yum. All right. Rye Levy said, this weekend I finally opened a copy of Let My Puppets Come, the felt-themed pornography. I bought it from Vinegar Syndrome. It's a glorious 1970s puppet porno musical with original musical numbers, dance routines, sex, and puppets. Rye, I am adding that to my list. That is amazing. I also want it. There's a Joan Crawford movie that my friend Nug was texting me about. Berserk. Joan Crawford is in a movie called Berserk, and I believe she runs a dog circus. That's all I'm going to say. Not going to say it any further. Good trade, right? So Missy said, I'll be back. I'm Googling dolphin penises. Have fun. Sean said, I missed my Ask RJ this month, so my question is simple. Turkeys, they fly? No, they don't. They glide. They have hops. And I think the wings help them sometimes. They're not really built for it. They're not. And I've seen them try and get a little bit of hang time. They're like hang gliding birds. It's almost unfair to call them birds. And there probably is a scientific name for birds that but don't fly, like an emu. It's a bird, but it's also like not a bird. It's a bird in a sense that has a beak and wings, you know, and so is a penguin for that matter. You don't see penguins flying. Penguins are not built to fly. Turkeys, I think, really wanted to. They have the intention because they're surrounded by so many birds that can fly. So they're like, let's give this a shot, but it's seldom work. Tom said, if a permanent smile is a sign of murderous intent, did Laurel from Laurel and Hardy have a body count? That's, you know what, Tom, I read an article, and we'll have to look it up and figure out if it's true or if it's apocryphal, that Stan Laurel threatened to kill and bury his wife. And there was a police investigation and the whole thing. I don't know if she made it up or they called it off. Allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly before everything. But yeah, it's very weird. Sean said, Home Movies was a show by Lauren Bouchard, notably with H. John Benjamin, who has a band apparently. It was super strange but great. Never heard of it. Now I have to look it up. Spot Center said, 60-second scene. You lose Joan in a crowded park, Joan Crawford. Call her name out several times. Then you see her. It's the Benny Hill bit. Turns around. Guy in long hair. Okay, let's give this a shot. Joan. 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 Joan, is that Joan? Hey, Joan. Joan. Sorry, sir. Sorry. From you almost. Joan. 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 Oh. Sorry again, sir. It's just, you have a striking resemblance. Might I suggest walking backwards? Joan. Joni. Joni, dear. Joan, hello. You know what? Can I just hang out with you, sir? I'm missing my friend, but I think you would be a great replacement. And scene. Panthelis Grammar said, okay, looked up dolphin penis, and it's just lumpy. Neil said, I'm sad RJ's phone case isn't his own anxiety one. I don't think they have made the case yet for the phone I have, which is unfortunate. But I'm getting to the stage where I will unlock more stuff. So stay with me. Neil said, I am gifting that hiss so fast. I don't even know what it looked like. SM said, God bless you, Nails. Val said, it's reasonably priced. Spot Center said, oh, we have another 60-second scene. Dear Lord, what a real acting class. Leo says, 60-second scene. You are bragging about making out with a woman at a party to a man you've come to realize is her large husband. Here we go. My friend, I had an experience. Don't even know her name. We locked eyes across the room and poof, into the bathroom. It was unreal. And the most tremendous blonde curly hair. You're gonna, yeah, it's kind of like that. And the earrings she had were made by yes, yeah. And so strange, huh? Oh, and how long have you two? Well, a long and happy life. I think swinging is healthy and fun, and only an insecure man would get so upset. And scene. Never had that conversation before. Sean said, oh, that's a whole new level. Are they even birds? That's what I'm asking. Daniel said, birds have reptile DNA. Weird, but true. I think that's because we have a skewed, it's not even, I don't even think it's weird. If you've seen what dinosaurs really look like, you know that like we've been told what they look like for like 100 years. And then like 20 years ago, they were like, hey guys, this is what they really look like. They're covered in feathers. Get the fuck out of here. So we had a skewed version of what a reptile dinosaur kind of thing is. Ashley said, hey, I popped in for the black and pink undies. Fine. Aren't they hip? Huh? Apparently Rick and Morty, or at least a Cartoon Network kind of thing. Speaking of doing stuff, let's get pressing. Oh, Lord. Hold on. There we are. Does this work? Let's give it a good press here. And a nice squat. There we go. I think we're doing it. This is a strange angle. Good stuff. Okay. Let's give it a second. Blue Meanie is here. Say good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. I hope you don't have any resolution because I think you lived the past year swimmingly, and I think you should keep on the same track. Nels said, want to join a cult, Ashley? Shut up, Nels. You're ruining it for everyone. Daniel said, the movie Stan and Ollie with John C. Reilly is pretty good. I think it's great. And also Steve Coogan. I think they did a great job. I mean, I love Laurel and Hardy. It's difficult sometimes to watch any biopics at all because they're not obviously fully accurate. And they take liberties, but I don't think they did anything egregious with it. I think it was as good as that kind of movie can be. Oh Lord, where did I go? Where did we go? Spotson said 80s and 90s, there were no doors in wrestling. Now, because of lack of classic brown bingo tables, doors are always used in hardcore matches. My question is, what's going to be the new door in the future? I think we're going to get into more arm wars. You're going to see people getting thrown into arm wars. They're very versatile pieces, shutting their arms in the doors, that kind of thing. Rubbing lemon pledge on people, that kind of business. It's so funny that the death of bingo halls is really hurting the wrestling business. Speaking of hurting the wrestling business, Alley Cat is here and said, I have definitely had that conversation at a party before. Good, as you should. You should live liberally and explain yourself with caution. Ty said, today's my mom's birthday. She's a fan of Foreigner. Yes, I do know Foreigner, Ty. I know one of that song, which is so funny that I know their songs. Yes, I do, for her birthday. Val said, harrowing, your comments make zero sense in the context of the conversation already at hand, but I'm always intrigued and mostly just laugh. JD said, apparently dinosaurs sound like geese honking and not big roars. Well, that's even more terrifying. Rye said, okay, I just ordered a 2-film Blu-ray featuring Straight Jacket and Berserk, which is amazing because my friend recommended I watch Straight Jacket first, then Berserk. I've not seen Berserk, only knew about it. So I just bought it right now from Amazon. The clips I've seen, Rye, are out of this fucking world. And I think you should watch Berserk first as a refresher of what you're in for. SM said, I think I heard the kidnappers making noise in the background. They're pressuring me off camera. They make me read lines. Ty said, wow, making the coffee within 30 minutes of the show. Right on brand. Leo Montford said, swinging is fun. Sometimes on dating apps, I get messaged by people who want me, a nice young man, to bang their wife. And that's great. That's not wrong. Do your business. Enjoy yourselves. If that's their business, your business is what your business is. And as long as you are communicating and on the same page, I think it will go swimmingly. Matt Camp is here, of course, from the Frank Show, The Boom. I received your pillow yesterday. It is very stiff. Also, good morning. I'm going to reiterate for people who are buying my pillows, attempting to cuddle them or to lay their head upon them. They are decorative. And I suggest you put it in that, I assume you live in that Upper East Side kind of living room where you have a couch that no one really sits on. It's like a show couch. That's what that pillow is for. It's not to be held and clung to. Or you can put it on set. A good plug. I think I need it. I'll get one for Joe. Val said, Ashley, I'm not saying you have to, but consider joining the cult. It's nice here. Ty said, tell whoever is in the kitchen they're being too loud with the microwave and silverware drawer. I think you're hearing things, Ty. Michelle said, he couldn't fly. Are you telling me Coco Beware was not really a bird? Did the WWF lie to me all these years? Michelle, if you have seen him do a drop kick from the top rope and land on his feet after kicking the guy in the face, which I have seen numerous times, you will recant that opinion. Mackham said, I am the armoire. Better be your next shirt. It's going to be Devon Get the Armoire. Neil said, can we have a song or 60-second scene, your choice, of telling Ashley to join a cult, but don't let on that it's a cult? All right, 60-second scene. I'm going to save my voice for Foreigner. Ashley, I run a community, a collective of like-minded individuals that get together regularly for recreation and good conversation. And I'm the organizer. I'd say I was the organizer. I certainly schedule things, put out flyers, that kind of business. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much straightforward. Just have to buy a shirt, or a pillow, and a Cameo, and you're in. And I think that's really, really reasonable. You can use your own emojis, and you get different loyalty badges the longer you stay in. So it's important that you stay committed. And the scene. SM said, Nails is definitely head of recruitment. Rye said, I'll take Bud and Lou with Buddy Hackett over Stan and Ollie every day. That's a movie. Right? Easily Harvey Korman's worst. Ty said, one Foreigner song for my mom's birthday, please. So my favorite thing about Foreigner is that the only songs I knew from them are involving temperature. One is, of course, Hot Blooded, which everyone knows. But the other song is the opposite end of the spectrum. And it goes like this. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You're as cold as ice, but someday you'll pay the price. I know. Boom. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. Open the door and leave the world behind. You're thinking of gold. You're throwing away fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. Yeah, it's cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. Yes, I know. Cold as ice. Yeah, it's cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. That was Cold as Ice by Foreigner. I wonder if they did a song with warm in the title, or it's a little bit chilly out. Let me do some pouring. In this mug, which is a catchphrase I used to have, and I used to say it all the time, I never thought I could be such a cool aunt, and yet, here I am. You remember that? Remember I used to be like, guys, I'm never going to be a good aunt. I'm going to be a fucking loser aunt. Remember that whole angle I was doing, that gimmick? The loser aunt. RJ City, the loser aunt, the insecure aunt. And then I got this mug. And that was like really the turning point in the character. Where I was like, I never thought I'd be cool. And then I got this pink Argyle mug, which matches the underwear, I think. Very nice. And here I am. And here we are, and here you are. And thanks for letting me be your cool aunt. Let me put it that way. Ashley said, RJ, I heard pineapples and white large stones are a signal that you're into swinging. Is that true? So my understanding is if you have like a certain stone out in your, I don't know, you're in front of your house in your garden, like a big white one, it would indicate that you're into swinging. So if you're not into swinging, Go check your garden, is all I have to say. You might be getting the wrong singles. Well, you may be getting the wrong signals. You might get some visitors at your door. I also thought there was something with like a bracelet. Remember, like in maybe in grade school, there was a whole like rumored bracelet system where it's like, oh, if you wear this color, it means you like to make out with people. Never really hung up with those people. Nell said La Boom. Who can forget that show? Let me go back here. Oy. Whoof. Tom said, you mentioned Space Ghost earlier. I now need to hear your rendition of the Space Ghost theme song. Here we go. Space Ghost, he's a fun-loving guy. Space Ghost, you can look into his eye. Space Ghost, it's a mask, not a hat. Space Ghost and he likes to chat. Space Ghost sitting at his desk. Space Ghost, it's not a mask. Space Ghost, he's gonna talk to you. Space Ghost, what will you do? He's a crazy space ghost, that's who he is. He's a crazy space ghost, but the best in the biz. He's a crazy space ghost, he's out in space. He's a crazy space ghost, and he's talking to your face. Space Ghost, dum ba bum ba dum. Space Ghost, dum bum ba. Space Ghost, dum 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 dum. Out in space, in your face, Space Ghost. That was a Space Ghost theme song, certainly one of my favorites. SN said, I've watched way too many documentaries on cults. He's using all the keywords. We're like-minded, what can I say? Nicholas said, there's 69 people watching nights, and after you said that, we dropped to 62. What the fuck, Nicholas? Why'd you ruin it for everybody? Tyler said, do the moves. I think he's referring to swinging. Red Dog said, I think you have the blinds closed either way. You have to close them the other way so no one can see inside. Maybe I want them to see because I have a big white rock in the garden. Ever think about that, Red Dog? Val said, excellent recruiting video. Blue Meanie said, Raw is Armour. No. Nail said, you forgot to say, fuck Mark Ruffalo. I feel like that's a real selling point. You don't tell people the rules until they're in. Val said, Journey is the worst. Thank you so much. Head Games is a great song. It was on the very first episode of Cobra Kai. I did not know that. Ty said, thank you so much. And happy birthday to Mama 5. Or Mama Ty. I don't know how your name system works here. Sean said, I realized that the other day I was sitting at work and Don't Stop Believing came on and I figured out that I fucking hate that song. It is shit. And I also severely judge people who sing it. Stephen Tatum said, RJ is the best. Go RJ. RJ is a cool ant. SM said, I went to a Journey concert several years ago. They were on several hours late, and the crowd had turned on the manager trying to give us updates on their ETA. They were doing so much swinging because everybody wants a piece of Journey, you know. Val said, oh, Lord, I missed it. Val, where did she go? I'm coming back. Val said, thank you, Sean. There's nothing special about Journey. And Steve Berry sounds like a cat in distress. Nell said, anklet? Michelle said, kids, get your cup of Kool-Aid, coffee, gather around your devices. It's time for the anti-RJ show. No, that sounds like people are against me. Lizard said, earrings in different ears is what I remember from the grade school days. There was such a rumor that if you had an earring on the left, you were of the homosexual persuasion. It was so ridiculous. And no one could say, there was no concrete information. There was always some kid in the corner of the playground leaning on a fence who somehow knew this. Probably from, I don't know where they got this information. They probably had an older cousin who was at a different school, who was yet still the guy who was leaning on the fence. Neil said, at school, we were told if you wore an anklet on the wrong ankle, it meant you were a swinger. Like, why was this a conversation in grade school? But I think I did hear that from adults, though. Yet, not everyone's on the same page with that. You would have to assume That's a common thing. People like wearing anklets, and most people have 2 legs. So I'm sure people would innocently put it on the other leg and not realize this coded system. I'm going to have a meeting with all the swingers and say, let's get down to some coded language. It's really needed here. SM said, is Auntie one of the cult ranks we should aspire to achieve? Yeah, it's up there. Daniel said, I was kidding. Journey's not everyone's thing. Much like Foreigner, different strokes. That's a good theme song. Factoid, Journey's guitarist started with Santana when he was a teenager. What a fucking downgrade. Blue Meanie said, there are 64 people watching and only 44 likes in the video. Get to work. By the way, Blue Meanie, I saw the video. If anyone, I assume you retweeted it, but Blue Meanie thought, or you never knew that Gorilla Monsoon called one of your matches, and someone found this rare tape of an episode of Jacked or Metal or whatever the fuck it was, and lo and behold, which was very strange for the time because we're in full Attitude Era swing, Gorilla Monsoon is commentating, and it's you and Stevie Richards, and I have it saved. I have it set to watch later. And I want to watch the full match. And I'm very excited about this. Ace said, have a great morning, RJ. Gonna go sing the Space Ghost theme offline. You sing it down the street, people are going to start singing along. Everybody knows it. Liz said the bracelet system existed back in the 80s when jelly bracelets first came around. Also, the pins on Catholic schoolgirl kilts, depending on how they face, means different things as well. But was there a meeting? You know what I mean? I don't think this was the most effective system. Michaela said, I told my boyfriend last night I thought dolphins were creepy, and he said that he thinks Canadian geese could pass off as murderous, and now we're having a weird conversation. The answer is don't touch dolphins, don't touch geese. Feed them, throw bread, but then keep walking. Don't make a habit of them. Don't let the geese know where you live. Neil said, my school also said there was a gay and straight side for a nose stud, too. I guess kids thought there was a jewelry code for sex. I think it was probably a scam rumor started by, Claire's to get people to buy shit. Michelle said, if you wear green on Thursdays, you're horny. If a girl wore red on Monday, she was on her period. That's what I remember from the bracelet shirt code from School Wars. Holy shit. You would just never, this coding system is so great that you would actually never have to speak to anyone. They would just know who you were and what was going on in your life based on this dressing system. SM wants Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Okay. I'm just the same boy, born and raised in the charm. Took the midnight train, going anywhere. Just a sweet story. Living in a lonely world. Took the midnight train, going anywhere. I hate the song so much. Stranger gazing up and down the boulevard. This shadow somewhere in the night. Ba-ba-da. Beat by heaven used to find emotion somewhere in the night. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, down, dun, 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 dun. We'll skip ahead a little bit. Okay, good. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling again. Jesus, Steve, don't stop believing. And then it was a blackout. It's the end of The Sopranos, which also I'm not crazy about. It was the wrong choice for that song. That was my unbelieving, Don't Stop Believing. Nell said, the ranking system in this cult is rocky. Some days I feel high up and he's pleased with me. Other days I feel I may get blocked. That's to keep you in line. Spot Center said, the other guy was afraid because of his parents. What? Nell says, run from geese, never walk. They are fast. They will flip, flop, flip, flop, flip. And then like, you know, they're very like, and then like paranormal activity or something. RJ H. Dale, who has one more acronym letter than I do, said, you can look, but you can't touch the dolphins, etc. Don't even look at them. We've looked at the dolphins enough. Sean said, man, I'm glad I grew up post-internet where someone would say some shit like taurine is bull semen. And you could just Google it and make fun of how wrong it was. I believed so much wrong shit. Painless Grammar said, what's your favorite song from Xanadu, RJ? The third one. Ty said, everyone spam him with Journey YouTube links on Twitter. He'll love it. I have everyone on mute. Blue Meanie said the match with Gorilla Monsoon, where he called it was for the overseas market. That makes sense. It's pretty surreal. Stevie and I worked Scotty Zappa and the AWA's Derek Dukes. Double mark out for me. Oh, now I have to watch this. You know, because Derek Dukes is like my coworker. Sean said the yawning line is a great touch. Thank you. Brandon said, are you talking about the Berserk starring Nick Cannon? No, I absolutely am not. I'm talking about Berserk starring Joan Crawford. I think she also did the original version of Drumline. Leo said, I heard this song on Scrubs for the first time when I was 13. I instantly hated it. Tom said, it's always the songs you hate that you know word for word. Yeah, because they played it in the fucking mall. You ever been like at Marshall's or something and going through the clearance aisle, as I often do, and they'll put on some fucking like Sarah McLachlan or Joni Mitchell, some really sad, and you are so overcome with emotion that you have to leave. You don't even want to continue the hunt. You get really sad and you start looking around and you're like, oh, look at this person. He's all by himself. And I wonder what his life is like. And you're like, no, I got to leave. Matt Camp said DJs in bars started being real clever and cutting out the end of the song to mimic the last scene of The Sopranos. Well, I'll tell you something. If you're in a bar that has a DJ in it, you've definitely watched Sopranos multiple times. It's Jersey Shore for adults. Neil said, Spot Center maybe need a jewelry code that we can check. What? Spot Center, maybe we need a jewelry code that we can check before anyone is allowed in. Maybe I should start my own line of jewelry. Tyler said, leave geese alone. They're more scared of you than you of them. Yeah, but I don't peck the shit out of them. You know? I love when people are like, oh, the horses, be careful with a horse, because if you're scared, he'll be scared too. I'll be like, yeah, but doesn't the horse know he can trample me to death? Has no one explained the power of the horse to the horse? I think that would be very helpful. I think it would go a long way in terms of him not being so scared, knowing that he could just kill me by stepping on me. Okay, gamer, I see we've touched a nerve here. I hate geese. And she also said geese go out of their way to attack. They're like, no, wait a minute. I knew we were leaving, but I have something to say to this person throwing bread. Just a minute. I will catch up with the rest of the group. 1 minute, please. I'll be right back. Ry Levy said, my friend made a short documentary called Dolphin Lover about a man in an intimate relationship with a bottleneck dolphin at a SeaWorld type park. The doc played at Sundance. I have seen a trailer for it. I'm not surprised. I feel like dolphins have been fetishized in general compared to other fish. You don't hear this much hubbub about a flounder. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not, you're not going to the Bahamas. You're hopping in there and you're like, oh, let's go swimming with catfish. That would frighten everyone because catfish have normal fish expressions, not horrible carved Smile. SM said, I once read that dolphins, oh God, force themselves on 14 humans a year. That has to be severely underreported. Hence why I turned down the chance to swim with dolphins for free. Yeah, that is horrific and strange. And I am going to Google all of this later. And it's got to be an interview with somebody. I mean, like, you know, dogs, they don't know what they're doing, I guess. I've had many a smoke spot, said Sean, blown up by an angry roving gaggle, like more than once. I know, they're really the bullies of the park. Ty said, yeah, RJ, can you tell us again how geese run? They go flip, flap, flip, flap, flip, flap, flip. Like it's like that wet. There's like a wetness to them. Val said, a goose bit my finger as a tiny kid. Fuck geese. I think we're all on the same page here. Panda Screamer said, maybe you should peck the geese. Leo said, I could imagine you dating a really old actress and being really happy. You know, you're in a relationship and they do that thing where it's like that thing where you get like one joking celebrity hall pass or like a free pass. Like it'll be a wife's like, oh, my celebrity pass is George Clooney, like that. And the guy was like, wow, like Christy Brinkley, that thing. I was never in like every relationship I was in, I was never allowed a celebrity hall pass because my choice would be some older actress, and there was a very high probability that I would run into them and actually sleep with them. So it was no, that's off the list. Every time, you know, Vicki Lawrence, BB Newirth, I would have it revoked. Ty said, horse? RJ, do the horse. Okay, only for your mom's birthday and for Bobby Fish. Isn't that nice? Rye said, I meant bottlenose. Damn autocorrect. I understood, Ryan. That's the important thing. Leo said, have you ever seen the Weird Addiction episode about the 20-somethings who love dating old women? Of course I have. I think there was a good Maury episode, too. Amelia said, I need to watch Flipper Larger Than Life, however that went. Liz said, my new writing piece is called My Love for Carp. Lumini said, the day I worked Dukes, I was hanging with Viscera, Big Vis. Dukes introduced himself to us. Vis asked, why do I know him? I said, he was in the AWA. Vis said, that Jerry curl is played out. I popped huge. I'm gonna be a real Derek Dukes mark today. Today is the Derek Dukes best of. Matt Camp, can you put that on the network? Can you contact someone? Just put together a playlist of Derek Dukes. I'd like to go through the work. Thank you. Lizard said, most of the guys I remember having studs in their ears were usually the best looking ones. They were studs on the outside too. Still makes my heart flutter when I see a hot guy with a cute earring. I hate those big gauges though. I'm not a fan. Like anything here would just bother me. The wearing glasses was like a bleep in terms of having weird stuff on my face. SM said, so you like Marshalls, but what are your thoughts on TJ Maxx or Ross? It's been my understanding that TJ Maxx isn't everywhere. So I've run into a lot of situations where I've said TJ Maxx and people don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I stick to Marshalls. In Canada, the Canadian version of Marshalls was Winners. But now we also have Marshalls. So it's a little bizarre. It's a little Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man kind of thing. Daniel said, what if you're drunk and thought George Clooney was Christy Brinkley, but it turned out to be Wilford Brimley? I'm sure he'd give you an injection for diabetes. Spot Center said, the best thing you've done in wrestling or out is the Max Game theme. Before the go home spin, could you please sing the song? I have not sung the Max Game theme in so long. At the beginning of everything that's been going on in the world, and like March, remember when everyone was like, for sure it was just going to be like 2 weeks to get this thing under control? That's when I did the bedtime stories because everyone was home. I thought it was nice. And I did the bedtime stories and I decided to end each reading by singing the Match Game theme. And it went like this. Two, three, four. A Goodson Todson production. Michelle said, maybe you need to have a code key to your underwear. Blue undies, RJ is happy. Pink undies, pink, that is Australian. Pink undies, RJ is open-minded. Green, RJ is horny. Red undies, because green means go. Red undies, RJ is on his period, and so on. And when I wear mauve, nobody knows what the hell to think. I'm going to run out of, I feel like there's going to be one that says like, I'm feeling average, and I'm going to wear those every day for the rest of my life. Ashley said, meanie, all the women would go see him, and the men who wanted to be him. Yeah, big Duke's guy. Leo said, ladies, don't feel insecure about having dentures. If you tell your man you have dentures, it won't just put a smile on his face, but also a smile on his pants. Terrible. You're reading a birthday card or something? Blue Meanie said that match was the day after SummerSlam 99 in Minnesota. Okay. Now this is all coming together, and which makes sense because that SummerSlam was the one that had Jesse Ventura as the special ref, who wasn't too interested in getting down on his knees. Only thing that could have made me mark harder would be Gary DeRusha ref that match since he was there. That's amazing that all the old boys showed up to hang out and talk Vern. I was trained in a barn. Ashley said Meanie did the grind in them Dukes and then wrestled them. Leo said, do you think Virgil was actually a math teacher? I think he was a substitute teacher for sure. I think at one point he walked into a classroom and started talking. That I agree with. SM said, I miss those bedtime stories, but it's not as much as I miss City After Dark. The good thing is you can just watch the old episodes because not a thing has changed since we stopped doing them. RJH Dale said, oh, not gauges. Dated the guy with gauges. I'm all for piercing, but those damn things just ruin ears. Unless you keep them and they're yours and you love them. They're just not, they mess with my head. They throw me off balance. Nail said, I just remembered RJ's real accent when we got a little snippet of them there. I am Australian, as everyone knows. Panjo's Gomez said, Armani underwear when you're feeling anxious. SM said, imagine the kidnappers farting and RJ trying to ignore it or playing off. They're fine. They're totally fine. Rye said, I just watched the Meanie Dukes match on my phone. Rye, you're supposed to be watching this fucking thing. I can't believe you went over on Dukes in Minnesota, of all places. Talk about burying the baby in his hometown. How the fuck can you guys come back to Minnesota after that? Michaela said, he's concerned about me being in a cult, but also said he would take me to feed geese on our first date. I don't trust the guy. I suggest you guys swing. Get a nice big white rock and put it in your ear, hanging from your ear. That's the sign that you're into swinging. Daniel said, I wonder if Orton sticking large objects in Hardy's ears made him rethink his life choices. Now he's probably like, this is cool. This is hip. SM said, I worked as a substitute teacher before. It sucks, especially in middle school, unless you're a big fan of Virgil. That would have been your day. Sean said, there's a streamer named Vaush who took his gauges out and got these massive keloids in his earlobes as a reward. They're a sight. I look forward to not looking that up. Lizard said, RJ, are you a fan of Kirking J. Callanan by any chance? You might like him. I will look that person up. Art said, hello, Mr. City. Hello, Art. Good Art to you. Nell said, hit him with a rock. Steven said, and paying the taxes, everyone. RJ is giving us the best content. Well, I'm giving you content. Spot Center said, my ex-wife liked white rocks. And the old saying is, those who live in glass houses put white rocks in their gardens. Leo said, does Virgil smell? He looks like yeah, he actually smelled great. I can tell you that. That's one thing I knew he did very, very well. Okay, well, it's been a good day talking about dolphins and swinging. And go watch Berserk starring Joan Crawford. SM said, I saw Jeff Hardy a live show after the match with Orton. People asked him how his ear was. He said, fine. It was just more stretched out. It was hanging low. Neil said, did we have coffee? Yes, because you remember my old saying, I never thought I could be such a cool ant, and yet here I am, and here I go. Let's do a final. This is such a weird spin angle. Oh, Lord. All right. Godspeed.